Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. As always, shout out to the 19. We have some Angel Reese news because Angel Reese done stepped in it now. Why Chicago Sky emphasizing mentorship ahead of franchise's new era. Now we've got some really interesting comments from Angel Reese in this video that we absolutely need to talk about. Absolutely need to talk about. So here, let's go right here. Angel Reese, it's just a breath of fresh air for somebody to have your back. That's the most important thing, being around a great group. If it's a breath of fresh air, that means last year you're saying they did not have your back, which again goes to another look. The Kennedy Carter thing, Mabry, yeah, I know they did their silly unrivaled video about, oh, everything's wonderful, but man, she wanted out of there fast. Kennedy Carter had it, we know whether you like her or not, I'm not saying I do. She's got issues. But what I'm saying is I do not believe that Kennedy Carter was the issue on that team. I think most of it was Angel Reese fueled by Teresa Weatherspoon and her nonsense. You know, one of the multiple fake double games that I talked about where Kennedy Carter, well, there were actually a couple. It was a Liberty, and I think what was it, the Atlanta Dream. Angel Reese is begging for the ball at the end of the game when it's already over because she needed that bucket, and Kennedy Carter wouldn't give it to her. I think she tossed it to Mabry, who then threw it into Angel Reese. And then in the New York Liberty game, they got it into her, like four players defended her. She threw it back out. Kennedy Carter, I believe it was, ended up dribbling out the game clock because she wanted nothing to do with it. And I am 100% with Kennedy Carter on that. And I think that was true of the team. I think you had a lot of issues with that team because that whole double thing, that fake focus on Angel Reese as the star of that team when she is nothing but a glorified rebounder, and you're going to make her the focus of that team. The worst, by far, worst player in the league in terms of shooting inside. I believe it was inside the restricted area or within 5 feet. By far the most attempts. By far the worst shooting percentage. If you are the Chicago Sky and you have any brains at all, Teresa Weatherspoon as a coach, this is why you're unemployed. You absolutely do not give Angel Reese the ball under the basket. You do not give her the ball. You do not let her post up. If you want her in there as a defender and a rebounder, then that is fine and you work around that. But she is not, never a part of your offense. That is a huge mistake. And if you think competitors like Camila Cardoso, competitors like Marina Mabry, competitors like Kennedy Carter were okay with that, you are a fool. You are an absolute fool. And it's interesting, this is while Reese takes advice from veteran additions such as Courtney Vandersloot, Kia Nurse, and Ariel Atkins. You notice she mentioned the additions, not the players remaining. It's the new girls. She says she's also passing it down to the rookies, including Hailey Van Lith, her former LSU teammate that left LSU, and this guy's number 11 overall pick. So yeah, there's more to this. I know there's a lot of pressure on her from the outside, Reese said of Van Lith. I love her, and I love being able to be here for her in this moment. Last year was tough for me because I didn't have a lot of that. So I'm just being a big sister to her. She didn't have a lot of that support. Again, throwing their teammates under the bus. By the way, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Hailey Van Lith is older than Angel Reese, so big sister probably isn't it, unless you're just talking about big sister. And I don't mean that negatively. I'm just saying, because it's not an age thing. Experience, maybe. I guess that's what we're saying, but I don't know. I don't know about that. But wait, there's more. I had a great first year, but there are things I want to continue to work on. Coach Tyler has done a great job putting that confidence in me. So, okay, so that was it. I just wanted to really go over the stuff about her teammates because that is, I know the Angel Reese fans, Chicago fans, her Insta followers who don't give a crap about basketball and don't know anything about basketball will be in the comments absolutely defending you. And hey, great. I welcome it. Thank you for commenting on the video. I do appreciate it. But this is clearly throwing last year's teammates under the bus, saying she did not have support. They did not have her back. And she wants to be different for Hailey Van Lith, who I'm sure is going to put all the nice things out there. We all saw the draft video, though. Hailey Van Lith almost threw up, I think, when she heard the get her name get announced for the Chicago Sky, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, absolutely wild. So we saw all the stuff last year with Kennedy Carter, but again, I want to emphasize this point. It is not, oh, I love Kennedy Carter. She's an angel. No, 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 no. I still say she should have been suspended for what she did to Caitlin Clark. And all they did was give a regular foul in that game. Another example of the absolute unprofessionalism of the WNBA. However, what I am saying is I think anything that may have come from Kennedy Carter grew out of the absolute crap, nonsense, BS crap fest train wreck of Teresa Weatherspoon and Angel Reese, making Angel Reese the focus of that team offensively. Absolutely appallingly bad decision by Weatherspoon. I don't understand why the GM didn't step in sooner, because it was clearly obvious to all of us that it was a problem for the Chicago Sky to be focusing on Angel Reese as this offensive force when she is absolutely a terrible, terrible offensive player. She has no offensive game at all. And now she's going to throw her teammates under the bus instead of simply moving on, working with her new teammates to become the best player and teammate she can possibly be. She's got to get out there that last year her teammates were a problem. Is that someone that you want to play with? Now maybe you can understand a little bit HVL's visceral, to us watching, what seemed like a visceral reaction to the Chicago Sky selecting her in the WNBA draft, and then that clip of that interview after where she's talking about when she was actually asked about Angel Reese, and that look on her face was just like, I've got to get through this. I've got to get a sentence or two that sounds positive, because then I got to hit the head and I got to throw up, because I am sick to my stomach about the fact that I have to go to that team and play with that player once again. ah, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. One thing I will add, can you imagine Caitlin Clark saying that about any of the players that left? Can you imagine Caitlin Clark coming out and saying that about Alyssa Smith? Um, but yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Appreciate you checking out this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do appreciate it as we rolling into another season. And I will talk to you later.